Welcome to Module 2.3 Basic Project Structure. I'm thrilled to have you here, and I'm your instructor, the NetQuest 1. A basic project structure refers to the organization of files and directories in a software project. It's essential for maintaining order, collaboration, and scalability as your project grows. The specific structure may vary based on the programming language, framework, or tools you're using, but I'll provide a general overview of what a basic project structure might look like. 1. Root directory. The top-level directory, often named after your project. 2. Source code directory. This is where your source code files reside. It's the heart of your project. Common names include strict for source, app, or the name of your programming language, e.g. Python for Python projects. Subdirectories inside SRC can be organized based on the type of code, e.g. frontend, backend. 3. Configuration files. Configuration files that specify project settings, dependencies, and build instructions. Common examples include package for Node.js projects, requirements.txt for Python projects, webpack.config, JS for JavaScript, webpack projects. Get ignored to specify which files should be ignored by version control. 4. Test directory. A directory for your test files, often named tests or spec. 5. Documentation. A directory for project documentation. This may include MD, a markdown file providing an overview of the project, documentation generated by tools like Sphinx or JSDOC, user guides, API documentation, or project-specific documentation files. 6. Assets. A directory for project assets, such as images, fonts, or data files. 7. Style sheets and CSS. If your project involves styles, there might be a directory for style sheets or CSS files. 8. Scripts and binaries. For scripts and executable files, a bin directory is common. 9. Build output. A directory for build or compiled files, often named build, dist for distribution, or out. 10. Version control files. If you're using a version control system like Git, this is where your version control metadata resides. 11. Node modules or dependencies. A directory where project dependencies are stored. In Node.js, projects. This is often the node_modules directory. 12. Logs and temporary files. If your project generates logs or temporary files, consider a directory for them. 13. Submodules or plugins. For complex projects, you might have submodules or plugin directories to organize specific functionalities. 14. Other custom directories. Depending on your project's requirements, you may create custom directories for specific purposes, e.g., uploads for user-uploaded files, config for configuration files. Remember that the structure can vary significantly based on the type of project and the technology stack you're using. It's important to keep the structure logical, organized, and well-documented to help yourself and your team maintain and expand the project efficiently. Additionally, adhering to industry best practices and project-specific conventions can make it easier to collaborate and ensure that your project remains manageable and scalable.